Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bill Noble with a urgent Token Metrics crypto bulletin. After the recent developments overnight with altcoins, I am going to cover crypto markets soup to nuts here to give you a flavor for what's happening. So let's get to it. All right. As you know, over here, we have Matic Network. Possibly is going to go down as one of the most famous crypto charts ever. When I saw this, it looked to me just like stocks in 1987. All right, I was in college at the time, and I remember what it can feel like for investors when something just completely not only falls off a cliff, but gives back like almost an entire year's gain of a perfectly logical trend. Okay. So it's not a flash crash, it's an actual crash. All right. Crashes like this occur when everyone has the same position. So earlier in an altcoin video, we recommended taking profits, right up here, because we believed that this had gotten to an extreme level based on Fibonacci extension work. Okay. The recommendation was don't be a pig. And honestly, we had no idea how concentrated the positions were in this, because I can tell you right now what happened. And this leads us to what's next. What happened here is that everybody had the same trade on, and one or two big players liquidated, and then everybody got stopped out all at the same time. Okay. So too many people were trying to FOMO into this, and too many people were trying to hide from Bitcoin. All right. So we're going to move to our next altcoin that we really like, but may also have problems, which is called Cosmos. Okay. Now, the good news is on this breakdown, Cosmos didn't fall apart. That's the good news. Okay. Maybe the not that great news is that the momentum indicator in Cosmos, the stochastics, is turning negative. Okay. And Cosmos had made a new high right here. Okay. And that new high was met with a rollover in the momentum indicator. So in other words, when Cosmos made a new high, it didn't have the same sort of oomph or power to it. And it looks like weaker longs may have come in on the last run up. All right. So not that we have anything negative to say about Cosmos fundamentally, but when the best of the best start rolling over, particularly in the altcoin space where things have been working, it's a sign of people with concentrated positions are getting out. Okay. And the big guys are headed for the door. Now, one other thing that we've always kept an eye on is Binance Coin around 15. Right now it's trading at 1476, and this is not a good sign. All right. Now, I want to move to VeChain. This is something else that we talked about earlier, that we have a classic topping pattern here. Okay. It's almost a perfect 5-wave move up where hedge funds likely distribute to people right there. Okay. Right at that 5-wave top. Now, what does this mean? Well, again, VeChain was something where people had a lot of hype in, and a lot of people had the position here. Okay. So we're also seeing this instance down here where prices made new highs up here. Okay. But the momentum indicator, the stochastics, made a lower high. Whoops. Okay. So prices make a higher high, but momentum indicators show that the new high was weak longs chasing prices. Okay. So again, Matic, it starts with Matic, it spills over into Cosmos and VeChain. And we actually think that this is a sign that there could be big institutional profit taking because when you have something like this happen, the institutional vernacular is P&L destruction, okay? That means you just walk in one day and you've lost your year or your month or your quarter, okay, in a matter of hours. And when you have that happen, when someone goes, oh my God, they just start selling. Even if it doesn't make any sense, even if they like the instruments that they have, frequently it actually is like an emotional trigger for the institutional trader. A lot of people think that just retail traders get wound up. Well, institutional traders can get wound up too. And if they start hedging or selling Bitcoin futures or liquidating in mass, this can accelerate in the crypto markets and have nothing to do with crypto's long-term potential as a currency or an investment. It just has to do with everybody selling at the same time. All right. So that's going to move me over to Bitcoin. Okay. And this chart is becoming a problem, honestly. The yellow area is a parallel channel. One thing that you can see right here is that Bitcoin is failing at the top of the parallel channel and at a resistance point near 7,600. 7,600 is also a key area for some sort of low-level miners, okay? And we think that if there's a break below 7,000, all right, that selling is really going to accelerate. And you could look at an attack of the cost of production for other miners, which is maybe near 5,000, okay? Now, I know that sounds awful, and I don't think I would have said that if we had not seen what we've been looking at in these altcoins, right? In other words, if everyone is selling at the same time in alts, then everybody can start selling at the same time in Bitcoin, okay? I also think this momentum indicator in Bitcoin is a little bit concerning, right? In other words, right here, you've got momentum indicators showing that, you know, the sideways range is ending and Bitcoin is ready to resume the regrettable downtrend lower. Okay. Now, taking a look at Ethereum, okay, I'm seeing something somewhat similar. Okay. Ethereum is very slow moving. Okay. But I did use TradingView to draw a symmetrical triangle. Okay. And Ethereum has been sort of playing around this bottom line here. Now, Ethereum is still in a 140 to 160 range. So I don't think, you know, I don't see anything here that is totally alarming. However, I do think that if Bitcoin goes and altcoins go and Ethereum is right here below the bottom of this triangle, this leaves Ethereum vulnerable. So let's summarize. Altcoins dropped because everybody had the same position at the same time. So when the first person went to sell and the second person went to sell, they were big and then everybody was forced to follow. Panic ensued, and we're concerned that this has a spillover effect into the larger crypto markets. Obviously, we hope that's not true, but we're sending a very clear message. We're reiterating what we've said on other shows and on Sunday. Please protect yourself. If you have a stack of Bitcoin, hedge. If you need to sell certain things to raise cash so you can sleep at night, please do so with all available speed. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.